morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from around the world. Bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit, and welcome to this episode of Jatello and Jatella, where we do life. Indeed, we are a father and son duo that talks about business, we talk about relationships, and anything in between. So, welcome to this first episode. Yeah. And today we will be talking about trust, a very important component both in business as well as in personal relationships. And we want to look at what are those components that make up trust. And the way we want to do it today is by looking at trust in the form of a mathematical equation that comprises 4 components, 3 on the numerator and 1 on the denominator. So trust as a mathematical equation looks like this, which is the sum total of credibility plus reliability plus intimacy all over self-interest. And we want to see how these components function both in relationships and in business. Yeah. So I'll start off, Jatello, by talking about credibility. Credibility is the brand. Credibility is what you bring to the table. Credibility is about who you are, how you talk, how people perceive you. So when people perceive you as, untrustworthy, when people do not see you favorably because you carry along with you some dodgy past, the trust deficit increases significantly. So trust looks at that aspect of you, but also credibility is about your background, your training, your experience, what you've done in the past. Those help increase or decrease your credibility. Yeah? What about the second aspect, Jatello?
The second aspect, reliability, and as simple as it gets, is can I rely on you to do something that we have both agreed to do? So that's, can I rely on you to finish an assignment? We said that you'll finish. Can I rely that you'll call me back when there's a missed call?
Right.
There was something critical we were talking about.
Yes.
Can I rely on you to be there on time for our date? Right? In fact, this is the best time to dispel the myth that is African timing.
Oh dear.
African timing is not a thing. Coming 2 hours late is not something that is really, you lose respect for the person. It's actually disrespecting the other person's time.
Yes.
And with the component of reliability in the trust equation is that judgments are made over time. Is that when you keep coming late, you're no longer reliable. When you keep finishing late, you're not reliable at all. So it's important that we are able to do what we have promised to do. We be people of our words.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what's the third part?
Yeah, indeed, Jatello, you're right. So the third component, and remember this is incremental. That means they add to each other, not independent, the total of all of them. So we are talking about intimacy. Intimacy, not in the full sense of the word or description of the word intimacy or intimate. This is really about understanding the other person, being able to empathize with them. So from a business perspective, when we talk about intimacy, it is how well do I know you? How well do I understand of your agenda, your path, your growth path, where you want to be? Do I see the challenges that you face? And am I able to empathize with you on that? from a personal point of view, this is about how much time I spend with you in terms of getting to know you and actively listening. You know, most times what happens to us is sometimes we prefer to be the ones to talk about ourselves, but we don't take time to listen to what the other party is saying, and therefore we fail to develop the right level of intimacy that will allow us to be able to build greater trust.
That's true.
So when you think about all this, these are at the top of the line. What is below the line? What do we get on the denominator?
Self-interest. It's very interesting that that is the denominator. Is that when we are looking at some of the goals and the agendas that we have, is that sometimes they will need to take a back seat. It's not always that the quick kill is what matters all the time. It's not always that I have to sell you this product.
Yeah.
We are not at that point. We are selling the product. We are not selling the value that we are offering. We are not, good point, together with people because of the value they bring. We are together with people because they are connected with the biggest names in the country or in the world. And the problem with that is that sometimes it becomes too obvious. If we are not people who are able to control our behavior as well, it becomes quite obvious, and therefore everyone starts to see that this person is not here really to be my friend, or to give me the value of the solution he's pitching, and they begin to lose trust in you.
Absolutely. Your self-interest. We always have a self-interest.
Yes.
But it is how much we bring it as a key thing against our objectives that diminishes the trust.
Yes.
Okay? So when your self-interest is way too high or way too obvious, it affects everything else, and trust is diminished as a result. So great. Ladies, guys, that's what we have today on trust. And we believe that there have been great lessons you can take away from it.
Remember to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. And maybe you've had an experience where trust was broken. And you're looking back and you're trying to figure out what exactly went wrong. So feel free to share with us in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it.
Indeed.
For now, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram. We are Jatelo and Jatelo.
Indeed.
On all of them. So today, that's it, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.